Buenas tardes a todos, ¿cómo están? ¿Bien? ¿Bien? Es muy importante para ustedes para que aprendan otro idioma. Probably helps you understand what just I said. Also in Spanish, I said, hi, how are you? You know, like learning a new language is really important. And it is. Today I want to show you the benefits of learning a new language. It helps you to get connected with other people's culture. It's useful when you travel. It's useful when you get a career, and it stimulates your brain. Here in the United States, there are a lot of people from all over the world. From Japan, Korea, Mexico, Argentina, China, everywhere. And the only key to know their people is to know their culture, and the main key is the language. If you know the language, you may not be accepted by the people. And according to Hazen said, a language consultant, knowing a new language helps one being accepted in another society. And it's true. My first year in college, I just came here, and then I found a group of Asians from Asia. My friends in Ecuador, Asians were in Ecuador, but I didn't know like Asians were in Asia. So I was so excited. I went there, and then I started talking to them, and then I told them like I was from Ecuador, I speak Spanish, but I didn't tell them like I speak Chinese. So they said like, oh hi, nice to meet you, and they just turned and they ignored me. Like why? And then I hear one guy like say like, oh, she's from Ecuador, but she doesn't speak Chinese. And then like I was like, I do speak Chinese. And then I talked to them like I know Chinese, and then I keep talking to them in Chinese, and they told me, wow, you really are really cool. Like I didn't know like they first ignore me, and then they keep talking to me all the time. Now are my friends. Like they want me to teach them Spanish, and it was cool for me because we see people from with another point of view about their culture, but once you get to know them, they think differently you do. And also it helps you with when you travel. When you travel, if you know a new language, it's going to be so much easy and so much fun for you to when you travel. Like if you know, because last year I went to Korea, and my boss told me like, it will be nice for you if you learn at least the basic of Korean. I'm like, okay, I'll try to learn. I learned. I went to Korea. I have so much fun because I can order my food by myself. I have really. I can order food. I made a new friend from Korea. I've been talking to them. I improved my Korean by talking to them. My boss is Korean too, so I improved my Korean too. And also, it's gonna help you a lot in your career. I have in my resume like that I speak Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, and English, and it was a highlight for my resume. If you have that in your resume, trust me, it's gonna help you. It's not gonna you're gonna have more expectation, or they're expecting you to know a language, and it helped me because I had my job interview, and they saw like I knew all these languages, and they hired me the same day. They told me like, can you please work today? And then I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Like, and once I started, they told me, okay, can you call Mexico right now because we need a customer to get the merchandise of those things, or okay, can you call the fabric on China because we need this, and it really helps in your job career. And they also said like Americans, about a survey conducted by Workfield Research states more than half of 58% of Americans fear that high-paying U.S. jobs will be filled by workers from abroad in the next 2 decades because of the country's lack of foreign language skills. And it's true. If you don't know the language, you're gonna be unemployed, and some people from other places of the world will come and take your job. So it's good to know a language, at least one or two, at least more than two. And also, it helps you by yourself. It's going to help you yourself. It's a brain stimulator. So, according to studies from Kankabal, the president of the National Work for Early Language Learning State, a study has shown repeatedly that foreign language learning increases critical thinking skills, creativity, and flexibility. It's good to know a new language because you get to know more, you get to think more. For example, me, when I'm doing my essay or any critical thinking, my class of English, sometimes I don't know how to think in English. I think in Spanish, I think in Chinese, sometimes Korean, and then I put, I put all those things together, and then I'm like, oh, this is a good idea for my essay. It's gonna help me a lot. And also, some studies show that if you're taking a SAT test or any English test, it's gonna help you because studies show that people that know more than 2 languages score 417 and 463. And people who didn't know another language scored 378 and 416. It shows that knowing another language really helps you when you're doing math problems, thinking, all these things. It's really, really helpful. I hope today, in conclusion, it's good to know a new language in order to know more about the culture. It's going to help you when you travel. It's going to help you in your career, and also it's going to help you for yourself. It's going to stimulate your brain, and you will be thinking more, and it's going to help you. Thank you.
All right, Alexandra, you had a good introduction. I like the reaction that you get from the audience, and the goal is clearly stated. You have a very good preview of what's going on, so everything is set up clearly for us. During the body of the speech, I thought there were pretty clear transitions on a couple of the points. I did sort of miss the travel point. I know that you made a reference to it, but it seemed a little underdeveloped. I thought the summary of the speech was really solid, and you had a good exit there. So the signposting is pretty good. On the content issues, you've got good personal experiences that add to your credibility. I think you could get a little bit more emotional involvement here by giving some other kinds of examples. There was a little bit of research material about the jobs and the economic benefits, and again, you're relying on your personal experience here to build the one example, and it worked pretty effectively. Delivery issues, they were all really solid. I thought you did a nice job talking to the audience. You project pretty well. Your facial expressions seem engaged. You're doing a nice job talking to the audience. All the delivery stuff is really on top of it, so good job there. All right, you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Please be careful out there. It's a long weekend, and, people are stupid out there on the highways during the holidays, and I do not want fewer students next Tuesday than I have today. All right, those of you who did written peer evaluations, make sure you leave them before you go.